Today in Sports Report, Football Hall, Almaty Kairat have won the Eremenko CUP. Special report. Almaty Kairat have won the prestigious trophy of the European Football Hall Eremenko CUP for the second time. In the first Eremenko Football Cup, 8 clubs such as Sinara, Tyumen, Gazprom Ugra, Nikars, Raba, Yenakiviets, Kairat, and Baltic Flora participated. Lugansk, Teplitsa, Riga, and Daugavpils had the honor to hold the final 4 games. All matches were a stubborn battle, and the favorites got into the strongest final 4. I hope this tournament will be as bright and exciting as it was last year. We are delighted to welcome these superb teams to our city. Last year was hosted well in Tyumen. They are amazing fans. I hope we'll be able to win the Eremenko CUP and leave it in Astana. We play in front of our fans, which is great responsibility.
Tivemos Eremenko em Tyumen e fomos muito bem recebidos, jogos com o ginásio lotado, uma torcida.
The first Final Four was held in Almaty, where the Russian clubs Tyumen, Sinara, Gazprom Ugra, and the Kazakhstani Kairat challenged for the trophy. At that moment, the latter was the existing holder of the FIFA Cup. In the end, namely, Kairat was the first ever to win the Eremenko CUP in the breathtaking semi-final, having broken resistance of MFT Gazprom Ugra and having beaten Sinara in a crucial game. The team from Ugorsk took the 3rd place. In any tournaments where we participate, our main aim is to play for a win. I know it will be challenging to win in this tournament where all contestants are rather strong. I hope my guys will be able to demonstrate decent resistance to the masters of Kazakhstani and Russian footballs, which is a necessary and vital tournament for popularization of football all over the world. In 2016, the Kazakhstani clubs Kairat and Astana Tulpar, the Russian clubs Norilsk, Nikol, Tyumen, and Sinara, and also the Latvian Nikars gathered in Almaty.
Для нас, конечно же, участвовать в Кубке Еременко было всегда большая честь.
It's very prestigious for our club to participate in the Eremenko CUP, which is a great honor for us. As for the aims and objectives, we will do our best to win it, namely to get the victory, as it is not just about winning gold medals, but getting the victory in a stubborn battle. I guess the battle will be an uncompromising battle, and we will enjoy plenty of beautiful football.
Это все завоевывается только в тяжелой борьбе. Борьба, думаю, что будет бескомпромиссная. Много увидим красивого футбола.
In the debut match of the 3rd Cup series of the International Eurasian Tournament, the Eremenko CUP, the Kazakhstani mini football club Astana Tulpar beat the existing holder of the trophy, Sinara, 5-3. In the second game, the host team from Almaty Kairat beat the Tyumen, 9-5 in a tense and eventful battle. The beginning of the game did not forecast its hot succession of events. The Kairat players immediately took the initiative, slowly playing the ball on the opponent's side of the pitch. The Tyumen players responded with sharp counterattacks. By the 11th minute, the Kazakhstani team had 2 yellow cards. When the time of the first half reached the middle, the game opened up a little. Upalev was sent off, getting a 2nd yellow card. Kairat needed about 30 seconds to execute the 2-minute majority. Douglas scored a goal. At the 19th minute, they broke the rules in the penalty area of Kairat. The Tyumen captain Artyom Antoshkin masterfully converted the penalty. When it was a draw, the teams totally forgot about defense, concentrating their force on attacks. At the 21st minute, Igor, by Leo's pass, stuck his foot out so that the ball got into the Tyumen's net, scoring 2-1. The head coach of the Almaty club, Kakao, decided to have 5 field players for the rest of the playing time. In one of the attacks, mainly the guest captain robbed Igita and Diavine, playing too long on the flank by scoring a goal into an empty net, 2-2. 18 seconds before the buzzer went off, Leo scored a goal, and almost with the final buzzer, the host team had a foul again in their own penalty area, which is why they got the 2nd penalty. Antoshkin confidently converted it again, hitting a hat-trick. After the break, the guests took the initiative again, which led to the consecutive goals at the 28th minute. First, a real masterwork was done by Baran, who was able to adjust his head to hit the ball over himself while falling down. The Tyumen players just got the ball, but Igor held the ball, went freely through the center, and flawlessly scored a goal despite the goalkeeper. Evgenia Osintsev took a minute timeout, which helped to bring his team to senses.
Игра понравилась зрителям, всем понравилось, кто смотрел эту игру.
The spectators enjoyed the game, which had everything. There were send-offs, penalties, light fights, which is the advantage of mini football, which has suspense, passion, a battle to the last second. I guess the spectators who have come today to see the match got real pleasure as we try to play for the spectator.
Стадион, то есть они получили полное удовольствие. Конечно, мы пытаемся играть для зрителей.
After 2 minutes, the two-men players got the ball. Antoshkin pulled it through the center and passed it to Lobkov, 4-5. After 5 minutes, it was a draw again, and Antoshkin kept the ball after Abramovich's pass and kicked it into the long goalpost of Nefyodov. It was a draw only after a few seconds. Kairat hit the ball wide, which they used well. Igor finished the combination into the long goalpost. At the 43rd minute, the same player netted the pokers, scoring it in a fast counterattack.
Сколько у нас было сил, сколько у нас было мастерства, мы пытались противостоять. Еще раз говорю, что Кайрат — это команда мирового уровня, не просто европейского, но очень хороший подбор игроков.
We did our best to counter using all force and mastery. I will repeat it again that Kairat is of the world level. It has a very good selection of players. We discussed lots of situations where we couldn't manage to counter and miss goals, which makes me a little sad. Now we have time to consider them carefully, and I think we'll make the right conclusions and we'll be in a good mood to play the next game and struggle further.
Конечно же, разбор игры, поэтому мы думаем, что сделаем правильные выводы. И на следующую игру уже выйдем с хорошим настроением и будем бороться дальше в этом турнире.
Я через разговор ваши здесь на конференции. Тюмень это очень.
At yesterday's press conference, I said that the two-man team are a strong opponent, which we respect. Last year they beat us. We have seen lots of videos with their matches. We've been training a lot and came to this match locked and loaded. In the first half, it was really hard as the two-man players are in very good form.
Очень тяжело, потому что Тюмень играл чемпионат 2 тайми по 25 минут.
On the second playing day, Almaty Kairat scarcely beat the Norilsk Nikol and provided themselves the first place in the Group B in advance. In the first match of the playing day, the second Kazakhstani club Astana Tulpar beat Riga Nikars, thereby providing themselves the early first place in the Group A. From the first minutes, Kairat took the initiative in the game against the Norilsk Nikol, but the first goal was scored by the Russian team. At the 8th minute, Roman Anosov on the long goal post kicks the ball into the net, finishing the quick counterattack of his team. The missing ball only provoked the host team, and 3 minutes later they were leading the score. First, Diego Roncalio. That was him, but not Igita, who appeared in the starting team, the Kairat, in the goal. The Nikol players let the goalkeeper freely move towards his gate through the center of the field. Afterwards, Roncalio centered the ball through Alexei Popov. And after a minute, Dauren Nurgozhin distinguished himself by outplaying the opponent in the center spot, played a wall with draught and scored a goal into the opponent's unprotected goal. Closer to the end of the first half, Roncalio started to join his team's attacks more often, breaking through the long and middle range. But the guests scored a goal before halftime. At the 23rd minute, Alexander Davidov managed to take a penalty-sharp corner. The ball pierced into the far top angle and descended touchback 2-2. With the score, the teams left the spot for halftime. In the second time, the game pattern changed. The Kairats still led the game, often connecting their goalkeepers to attacks. The guests acted systematically in defense, sharply counterattacking time after time. At the 32nd minute, a successive raid to the opponent's rear from Ranleo nearly ended up with a goal into Kairat's goal. Alexei Popov caught perfectly the ball and immediately sent it into the opponent's goal. Everton managed to run up to the gate by a miracle and headed the ball to the corner. After a minute, the Norilsk team managed to go forward. For the second time during the match, the Norilsk Nikol was leading the score thanks to Dmitry Volkov's goal. Conceding in the score, Kairat replaced the goalkeeper and Igita appeared on the spot under the roar of tribunes. Kairat's second number needed 2 minutes to even up the scores. Again, the goalkeeper of the Kazakhstani team passed through the center freely. As a result, a smashing hit was done into the long corner. At the 40th minute, Alexander Davidov was able to get his team forward but didn't score a goal into the opponent's empty goal. Kairat fully occupied the half spot of Norilsk Nikol, but only at the 45th minute the host team managed to score 4-3 in their favor. Divani aimed at the very 9 of Popov's gate from the sharp corner. Final score was done by Everton within 50 seconds before the final buzzer, taking a pass with his head from Higuita and sent the ball under the far goal post with a billiard hit. In the second semi-final, Almaty Kairat broke resistance of Sinara 7-3. The first half of this battle, the host team spent nearly all time playing on the spot of Sinara, playing shootouts with the help of Higuita. The Almaty players made the first score at the 3rd minute of the match already when Drat used Ashirov's error and passed to Igor, who accurately shot into the corner of the goal. The second goal was shot in the same way by the Kazakhstani team. That time Igor outplayed himself and escaped from Ashirov on the same flank, passing the goal line and cross-passing to Eremenko, who shot through the goalkeeper. Less than a minute after Sinara closed the gap up to 1 ball, coming to the spot, Zaguzov struggled on the penalty line, giving up over Chistopolov, who shot into the net. But as quick Sinara was to make the score 2-1, as quick was Kairat to make the score a draw. The next play of extra lead to closure of the long goal post won, and the first half finished. The beginning of the second half was done again more actively by the host team. At the 32nd minute, Zaguzov shot from the corner. The ball took off from the back to the corner arc. Afterwards, there was a sharp hit into the near corner. Nearly at once, the Urals players were able to score one more time, but Ashira failed to hit into the empty goal from the vantage point. At the 36th minute, Igor netted his second poker of the tournament, being the first to finish off the ball after Eremenko's shot. After 3 minutes, Everton outplayed the partner and finished the jerk on the right flank with accurate low shot 6-2. Yevgenia Davletchin took a minute interval. After that, he led his captain Alexei Mokhov in a goalkeeper's sweater to the spot. At the 45th minute, the play of extra turned into Fakhrudinov's goal. The teams began to alternate attacks, adding the 5th field player, although no one succeeded until the final buzzer.
Тоже плейгативный, тоже говорил, волейбол хороший, играй. Просто я тебе честно говорю.
Sinara is a very strong opponent, and they're the winners of the FIFA Cup. Such teams must always be respected. I played myself against Sinara, and I know this team very well, which have their own style. The team have a good dribbling and nice training, accurate performances of the standards. We respect such rivals, which is why we get such an interesting match. Also, I congratulate my players.
Respeitou muito. E por isso que a gente fez grande jogo hoje.
To terrific applause of spectators overcrowding the Baluan Shalak Palace of Sport, Kairat and 2 men came out for the final battle. The Almaty players succeeded in the start onset. At the 20th second already, the Kakav's players created a dangerous moment by Loganov's goal, but Nevedrov took out the ball from the empty goal. The host team didn't give up and went on attacking. At the 3rd minute, the score was opened. While playing the out, Igor sent the ball into the net by touching, sticking his foot out on close control. After 2 minutes, 2 men responded with their first dangerous moment. Upalev settled on a long kick nearly from the middle of the spot, but Higuita scarcely managed to strike up the shot in the near corner. At the 15th minute, the next involvement of Higuita to the attack led to the second goal and to the goal of 2 men. Powerful foot kick of the host goalkeeper is corrected by Eremenko. Significant events did not happen till the end of the first half, when the teams left for halftime. In the second half, Miodrag Aksentievich appeared in the goal of 2 men, but in that evening he had to leave the spot with no results. The 37th minute of the match and the next involvement to the goal, Higuita could surprisingly shoot to the top corner of the goal of his Serbian colleague, turning the overcrowded hall into a real exultancy. At the 40th minute, Artyom Antoshkin managed to score a fantastic goal. The 2-man captain was running through the right flank, trying to underlead a pass and running nearly till the goal line, touching with the top, sent the ball into a small space between the crossbar and Higuita's head. Just the 2-man players cheered up. Kairat in the very first attack returned the difference in the score to 3 balls. Divani closed the long goal post. 7 minutes before the final buzzer, Denis Abishev and Artyom Antoshkin appeared on the spot as the 5th field players. But the very first play of extra wasn't successful for the guests, and the only chance of Kairat to hit the empty goal ended up with a shot into the goalpost. Eventually, Kairat got a challenging victory over 2 men, becoming the twice holder of the Eremenko CUP.